stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part 2 of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Agador, that's Aggedor, on Mublet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin. Welcome back to the English Defense League radio show with your host, Jeff Spider Mitchell, and of course our executive producer, Charlie. And now, before we get too much farther, I just want to give you guys a little bit of information. This is going to be located in our show script here for you guys to look at when you come to blogtalkradio.com and get into our chat, okay? This is information on how to write to Tommy Robinson while he is in prison, okay? You can either write him snail mail, which my guess is that he's going to have big sacks of snail mail brought out with him when he leaves prison, this time just like last time. But you can also write him an email. And I want to tell you how to do that before we proceed any further. I know Jeff will be coming back momentarily. All right. Now, where you can write to Tommy Robinson, one of the first things you need to know is that you're going to need both his name and his prison number. Okay. Now, the name they have for him, this is his, I know this is going to shock you guys, unless you've read every stupid paper in the UK, all right, is that Tommy's real name is Stephen, Stephen, Yaxley Lennon. Now, that's Yaxley, no dash, and then a space, and then Lennon. All right, that's the guy's name. All right, now his prison number is A as in Alpha, 2084, C as in Charlie, our executive producer, and G as in Golf. I'll repeat that. That is prison number A2084CG. All right, that's the basic information you need when you're using the email link, which I'll read to you in a minute. Now, if you're going to send him a snail mail, you want to send this to HMP Belmarsh. HMP stands for Her Majesty's Prison, all right? And Belmarsh is spelled Belmarsh, all right? Now, and then that's on Western Way, Thamesmead. Now, that is not spelled the way it sounds. You spell it Thamesmead. Okay, that's in London. And the postal code is S as in Sierra, E as in Echo, 28, and then O as in Oscar, E as in Echo, and B as in Bravo. I'll repeat the postal code, SE280EB. All right, that's if you want to send him snail mail. Now, if you want to send him an email, use his name and his prisoner number, and you'll use that at https://www.emailaprisoner.com. Emailaprisoner.com. Okay. Now, other information regarding Tommy Robinson and updates can be had at tr.news, and Jeff read you that earlier. Okay, so you can go to TR News and find that out. And also, guys, we did have a little bit of a discussion about this earlier, so I wanted to bring this up. If you want to help Tommy Robinson out financially with his appeal, or in any other way, tr.news is a great place to start to find out how to do that. Don't be fooled. tr.news is probably your best place to begin to get that information. And welcome back, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. I was having a few issues with my internet, so I didn't realise that it had gone down on me. So apologies for that, Dave. I didn't know myself.
No worries, man. No worries. You know, we're passing along a little bit of info here for the people, so they can get hold of Tommy Robinson. And I think you agree with me that tr.news, especially if they want to help him with money, is probably the first and best place to go. Do you not?
I agree, Dave. Yes, I would say that is the best place. You might hear other people putting out different websites, this, that, and the other, to send money. I would say don't. Be careful. There are people out there, unscrutable people, that will try any type of scam. So just be careful. As I say, TR News is the best place to donate towards his funding or anything like that. Okay, guys. So that you won't you won't spend money sending it to someone or some other group that it won't go towards the right cause, and that is, of course, Tommy and his family. That's basically what I say. You know, as I say, that's the best bet if you want to do anything like that. But I think some of the best things you can do is actually, as Dave said, you can email him. The thing that Dave read out to you, or you can actually send snail mail. Snail mail is a great way for Tommy to read what people's thinking, and wishing him well. That take a lot of his time up. That will take a lot of his time up. He said not got things, not a lot to do. Then he can spend a lot of time there reading a lot of your letters out there, listeners. So that's what I would say personally. So Dave, I'm glad you read that out, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, it won't be a problem, Jeff. If you're good with it, that's probably one of the things we'll do on the show until Tommy Robinson is released. And I did a bit of math, a bit of calculation, depending on whether Sundays count as prison days. I'm sure they do. Then we're talking about approximately September the 16th when he'll be out. That, I believe, is a Monday. You guys can check on that yourselves. Not sure, but anyway, that's an approximation. So yeah, we'll be doing that just so that people can write to Mr. Robinson and just let him know that he's not forgotten, that people are thinking about him and wishing him well and saying a prayer for him and whatnot. So, but Jeff, I've got something in here also from Avi Yemeni, who wanted to also let people know other ways, let people know ways that they can help Tommy Robinson as well. So unless you have something right now, I would like to go ahead and play that with your permission.
Yeah, please go ahead, Dave.
All right, brother. Now, this is going to be about 3 minutes and 10 seconds long, everybody. And this is, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. This is going to be about 6 minutes and 8 seconds. Okay. And this is Avi Yemeni talking. This was done on the 13th. So this is Farm Fresh. And you guys are listening to the English Defense League radio show. Here we go.
Tommy Robinson was convicted and is now in jail for the outrageous crime of real journalism. Police initially arrested Tommy Robinson in May 2018 for a breach of the peace, and within only 5 hours changed the charges, convicted and sentenced him to 13 months in prison for contempt of court. Of that sentence, Tommy has already served 10 weeks in solitary confinement. But after appealing the case and mass worldwide demonstrations by supporters, even here in Australia, Tommy was finally released from prison. And the highest judge in the land found procedural failings by the judge who originally sentenced him. The Lord Chief Justice stated that the way the case was handled gave rise to unfairness, further determining that the proceedings were fundamentally flawed and ultimately sent the case back to the Attorney General. But not content with the first round of political persecution, the decision to recharge Tommy with an added charge of causing anxiety to the pedophile defendants was made 5 months after the case was referred back to the Attorney General. In his defense, Tommy presented clear evidence that the court had failed to adhere to their own standards regarding reporting restrictions, that he only presented information that was in the public domain, that the trial had itself already ended, granting no possibility of collapsing the trial. Nonetheless, he was found guilty on all 3 charges and sentenced to 6 months in prison. Shrewdly, the judge knew that with time already served, Tommy would be released on Thursday. So in turn, reactivating an expired 3-month suspended sentence, which yielded a combined 9-month sentence. So with the 138 days counted towards the time served, Tommy Robinson would spend approximately another 10 weeks in prison. But adding insult to injury, Tommy was also ordered to pay for the prosecution's court costs, which is estimated to be upward of £25,000. They're making him pay for his own wrongful convictions and jailing. Let that sink in. This is undeniably political persecution. Tommy Robinson is a political prisoner, and we are witnessing the erosion of the justice system that once made Britain so great. All at the hands of the globalist agenda. But not all is lost. It's important to note that the state only decided to recharge Tommy once he was fully deplatformed, in a hope that the Free Tommy movement that set him free last time isn't going to get reignited. But they got it wrong again, because thousands gathered outside the Old Bailey throughout the proceedings. And since his jailing, activists around the world have started to organise themselves. And being banned from Twitter didn't stop him from trending, with support reaching as far as the son of Israel's Prime Minister. And I want to thank you, Yair Netanyahu, and the family thanks you as well. Unlike last time Tommy was stitched up, this time Tommy was able to get his affairs in order before going to jail. Tommy made sure that TR.News can continue to operate. Danny Tomo and Richard Ingham are in charge of local rallies. And he asked me, which I am honoured to be his and his family's official spokesman, whatever that means. I will ensure to keep you guys updated with every single development and relay any of the messages from both Tommy and his family. Jenna, Tommy's wife, is now going to spend summer raising their beautiful kids without his help. She's putting on a brave face, but after spending only 1 week away from my loved ones, I can't imagine the hell she must be going through right now, especially because there's no way to really know if Tommy's going to get out alive. The state have decided to hold Tommy at Belmarsh Prison, which is the place for the likes of the hook-handed terrorist Abu Hamza, child killer Ian Huntley, and serial pedophile Richard Huckle, who abused children from the ages of 6 months to 12 years old. You know, the worst crimes and criminals, now including contempt of court and Tommy Robinson. Jenna told me that Tommy is in isolation for now, which is supposed to stop him from being murdered. But we all saw the impact on his physical and mental well-being last time he spent 10 weeks in solitary confinement. Tommy and the family wanted me to thank each and every one of you who attended on Thursday, everyone who has supported the appeal, and everyone who has expressed their disgust and outrage online. But many of you have sent me messages asking what you can do. So firstly, you can support his appeal, tommyappeal.com. You can write to him by either snail mail or email. The All the information on how to do that is in the description below. You can become an activist, but make sure when you go out and do something, whether it's make signs, hang them up, take them down the road, send me the photos so I can spread it far and wide and let people know, let the state know that the world is not going to remain silent. You can go to rallies starting with one today outside his prison from 6 to 8 p.m. and be his voice online. Keep talking. Don't let his name, don't let the world forget what's happening to him. Because today it's him, tomorrow it's you. Doesn't matter if you're from the left or right. And last but not least, I'm not a religious man, but I'm going to tell you, please, pray for his safety.
There you are, Jeff. Hey, listeners. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's great to know that Avi's Tommy's spokesman for the family. I think it's brilliant that he's given that position. They are really close friends. And Danny Tomo is doing an excellent job. And I see him having an interview with Ross Kemp, and Danny told it how it was. I think very highly of Danny lately. He's really come on in strength and strength. I've seen him when there's any trouble. He's preventing things happening. He's really come forth. You know what I mean? He's stepped up. Danny has, and I just see him going from strength to strength, and everybody involved with supporting Tommy. Whatever you do, whatever you can do, you're doing something. Okay, you might be a bit like me. I don't leave my home too much these days. I find it very difficult. I would love to be on demonstrations with all my patriots and all my friends and supporting Tommy. I support Tommy the way that I know, and that is by the radio show, me promoting any demos, putting them on all the feeds I possibly can. Normally I send it to Dave, and Dave passes it along. It's what we do. It's how we keep, the message pushing on. So there's things that you can do. As I say, there's some important things you can do. You can become an activist. You can join the fray. Okay, you might not want to be, sort of right in the middle of a demonstration and such, but you can do things in the background. There's lots of people do things in the background for the EDL who does things, but because they are pretty well known, they kept in the background. So you can do a lot of things. We've all said this about the EDL. Don't forget, you are the silent majority out there. You are the silent majority. Who you see demonstrations and that is the hardcore people that be there, from one demo to another. But we know there's lots and lots of people out there. In fact, you've got global support. We've got a global movement now. All they've done, the stupid thing about these people in power, the nonsense in power, is all they do when they persecute Mr. Robinson, Tommy, basically they just drive people on. The more that you attack Mr. Robinson in any way that you do, his numbers grow. It's like every time you speak about Tommy, you speak about the EDL, our numbers grow. So you just keep, negativity about Mr. Robinson, about he's associated with the EDL. Do it. You do it because we know, we see our website, we see how it grows. From every time something happens like that, you mention us. We appreciate it because to us, it makes us who we are today. That's why we're here. That's why we're still talked about. That's why the world talks about us, because of Mr. Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson started this movement, and we love him dearly for doing that, because it needed someone with better guts, better courage, and that was the man. Especially Kevin as well. Kevin was a part. They set up the EDL together. They said, we do this together. I remember them speaking about it. We do this together. And I know when somebody come on a show, he said, if we ever leave, we'll do it together. We'll make a decision together. So I always knew if they do it together. It's a great team. Kevin's a great lad. So, but there you go, Dave. I've been rattling on a little bit, but you know how it goes. But and of course today was a bit different today. I actually called into a radio show, which I let Dave know, and actually it was quite an interesting radio show. It was a live thing, and I suppose I'll speak about 15, 20 minutes or so. Also talked a lot about the EDL, about this great organisation, 10 years strong, and the way that being a patriot is you're classed as a dissident these days. You're a fascist, you're a racist, etc., etc. But, you know, we got so used to it that it means nothing to us. At least we're on the right side of history. Those who speak bad against us are on the wrong side of history. That's the way I look at it. But it was a great chat with a lady I spoke to today, and I'll probably be giving a call next week because it was a great show, and she's really, really nice to talk to, Dave. So it was a good bit of publicity for the radio show, and of course the EDL. As you do.
There you are, Jeff. Yeah, there you are, Jeff. Well, listen, if you want to call back in, man, it's about that time, and I will play something a little special that you found that you wanted people to hear. In the tradition of Band-Aid and Live Aid and Farm Aid and Kool-Aid and
give me a minute so I can get back and listen to it. Okay, give me a minute. I'm just going to cut the call and come back. Okay, Dave. Spit it out
no
a bit,
problem.
all right, mate?
Yeah. I'll talk out a little bit, man. Okay, so guys, Jeff is going to call back in because he needs to. That's how he rolls. Now, again, I'll remind people who are listening to UBG on EDL at the Unpleasant Blind Guy page on Spreaker.com to these shows that are on every day except Saturday. My show times, by the way, on that show and on the SHR Media YouTube page are on at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's 6 p.m. British Summer Time, and that's Monday through Friday. And I'm on at midnight on Saturday, midnight Eastern in the United States, and that's 5 a.m. British Summer Time. And I'm also on the Western Free Radio Network. You guys can also get hold of me via social media. All right, I'm UBG Contact on Twitter. I'm also Dave Milner or Agador, Aggedor, on Trumptown, the Tea Party community when it's working, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, and of course I'm always Agador on Gab. Now, since Jeff is back with us, we're going to go ahead and play this little thing. This is a little bit of fun, and I think you guys are going to like it. It's just under 3 minutes long. You are listening to the English Defense League radio show. Here you go, guys.
Tommy's doing time just for doing journalism. How's that a crime? Muslimics will kill him in prison. The jails are run by jihadists, so the rules are all Sharia. It's not Britain anymore, it's North Korea. So spare all you can,
Send him some PayPal funds. Down with London. This time, let's stand up for England. Don't donate to charities for the victims of abuse. They don't work along racial lines, so they're all no fucking use. If it's not jihadis I've built, then I couldn't give a toss. So throw it all at Tommy's legal costs. And there won't be blow for Tommy in his prison time. At best he'll get a cigarette or two. No chance of getting gear, 'cause it's f***ing North Korea. Oh yeah, and they'll murder him as well. So what if they were already on trial? Tommy exposed some Islamic pedophiles. Great Britain is f***ing North Korea. You know what though? That Kim Jong-un, he's not so bad. You just gotta get to know him a little. Free Tommy, let them know it's North Korea. Free Tommy, let them know it's North Korea. Free Tommy, let them know it's North Korea.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 3. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye.
The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini. Now for Dave's Canes. Extras that help you navigate the new media world.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunitz. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunitz.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
The new show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capitol, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad.
Hey girls, Carry Girl Gear is here. More and more women every day are concealed carrying, participating in competitive shooting, and getting firearms training. It's not a boys' club anymore, and we don't have to shop in their stores anymore either. Finally, a cool and unique clothing line just for women. Dope tees and hats for the patriotic concealed carry and 2A girl. So what are you waiting for? Go check out carrygirlgear.com today.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.